we've been covering Blade a lot, and for some reason, we get a lot of every time we talk about Blade, the video does over 1,000. It's super weird. So, no purpose why we're talking about Blade today. You know what I mean? Okay, Marvel Studios is reportedly casting for another main villain for the Blade film. They're looking for a male actor. So the rumor that's also been going around about the male actor is that they are going with Dracula being the main villain for the Blade film. I mean, why wasn't Dracula the villain from the start? I mean, this is a perfect way to get fans to know, like, this is a perfect way to get fans in to know who Blade is because of Dracula. Dracula is one of the biggest characters of all time. And I think that a character like Dracula draws in a certain type of fans. Like, there are a lot of fans that like Dracula and that like that, you know, I don't want to say gothic, but you know, that
vampire.
That dark vampire tone. And I think that having someone like him draws in a lot of those fans. It just shocks me that this wasn't the idea from the start. How do you feel about them?
I love it.
Maybe
by the way, as we speak, Marvel is doing a crossover event in the comics. It's called Blood Hunt, and it has been so savage that they have actually been releasing the main line Blood Hunt comics in red band form, meaning they come in a plastic seal with a red band around it, and the red band, you know, is like, you know, kind of warning parents, like, this is, you know, like R-rated type stuff in here, and it's been savage. I actually haven't gotten my hands on the red band stuff, so I've been reading just the regular ones, and my buddy Michael from the Cultured Pullist, you know, he's always telling me like, oh, well, you know, this photo is different and, you know, it's much more savage. But long story short, in Blood Hunt, they have like Blade and the vampires taking over and infecting everyone, and everyone is getting bit and becoming a vampire. And it's so cool.
Sounds fun.
It's actually awesome. And I normally, like, at first I was kind of put off by it because I'm like I like Blade, but like once you get too like aggressive with the vampires, I'm like, all right, it's a little much.
Yeah.
But this crossover stems from the new Avengers run, and it's also been written by the same writer, Jed McKay. So I was like, you know what? I love his Avengers run. I like this writer. I'm going to give it a shot, and I've been blown away. It's amazing. I think they should do more of this stuff. Now I'm like down with the vampires. For some reason, there will always be kids in high school that when they go to the mall, their favorite place to shop is Spencer's Gifts, and they're always into
Hot Topic, those
and
types
goth stuff and Hot Topic, and, you know, so that kind of stuff will always have a place in pop culture. And Blade is one of those characters that he does kind of have a cult following, but that cult following is not like sufficient enough to cross the kind of threshold they want in terms of selling tickets. And a way to do that is, you know, they could use someone like Dracula. I would also love to see someone like Null. Like, I think that would be super cool. You know, the symbiote god.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of like a vampire too. So
what if he got Null's sword?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Like, that would be so sick. And I'm pumped for this movie. It sounds like Mahershala Ali is either someone who cares a lot about his movies, or he's just a pain in the neck. It's one of the two, you know?
Because, it seems like he's putting in work on this film. I mean, it does. And, like, that's why I need to see him talk about it, because I'm getting a lot of respect for him watching this, because if you guys don't know, they were originally going to do like where Blade was going to be the background character, and it was going to be about either his daughter or these female vampire witches. And Mahershala Ali was like, "Oh, hell no!" Like, he said, "No way, Jose." And so, shout out to Mahershala, bro, for standing on business. But yeah, man. Have you seen the movie Dracula: The Story Untold?
No.
With Luke Evans. I think it's on HBO Max. You should watch it. Really good movie. I think it's on Max. I think so. It's either on Max or Netflix. I forget which one. But really, really, really great movie.